If you don't know what an incel is a male that is involuntary celibate, and he blames the ladies for that, saying they don't really want his type, which I can understand. It's actually kind of relational to me in my younger years, thinking that black women didn't want me, and so I would purposely, basically shun black women. I was like, nope. And I would particularly go after people of different races. It wasn't until I got older and I kind of realized how dumb that was, because I realized that, you know what, it's not that black women don't want me, is that I'm not making myself appealing to black women. And when I learned how to do that, then everything changed. But that's another story for another day. If you're watching this, I'm live right now over at twitch.tv/blackmanpodcast and on my second channel, Anime Debate. Links in the description down below. Now let's just get into it. So, you probably saw today's title and you're thinking to yourself, why does Chris hate me? I'm a man. And the thing is that it's a really, really weird thing that I've dealt with my entire life, and it's going to sound kind of weird no matter how I try to explain it, so just bear with me, and I hope some of you guys can understand, and I hope some of you guys can relate. So essentially, I've always been the kind of guy that didn't get along very well with other guys. I always felt very different. I always felt like there was something wrong with me, because I really did enjoy being around women more than I did other guys. Other guys, for me, felt like something I had to try too hard at. I had to really try to be someone I wasn't in order to get other guys to like me. Now, when I was in grammar school, aka a little kid, it wasn't so hard. But once I got into high school and adolescence hit, I felt like everything changed. I was always the guy that was very sensitive, and I was the kind of guy that didn't want to, play women. But it was a big thing in my, at least in my high school, to be a player, be a pimp, get all the chicks, And maybe because I didn't have the self-confidence to do that back then, I always rejected that idea. And I always said, you know what, I want to be a nice guy. I want to be a good guy. I want to be a person that girls like to be around, even to the point where I won best personality towards the end of high school, because I was always super nice and super positive. And I still hold to that to this day. And now I look around and I see other guys, and I still feel like I struggle to relate to them, to the point where I have issues in my relationships with girlfriends, because I often find myself going out and choosing to talk to other women because I don't want to really talk to guys. When you go out and you socialize, if you do such a thing, you tend to talk to other people. And me, not because I'm trying to hit on them, but because I genuinely just have a drawing. I get drawn more to women than guys. When I walk up to a guy, I feel like I have to talk about beer, I gotta talk about how much sex I'm having. I gotta be very specific about the things I talk about. I gotta talk about football, and for the most part, those aren't really my favorite things to discuss. As you guys know, I like talking about anime, video games, TV shows, but also I like talking about my feelings. I like being very open. I like sharing ideas, and women happen to be more receptive to those things. Guys, a lot of guys don't. Now, in college, I did make a fair number of guy friends, but they were very much guys that weren't your atypical, hey, I'm an alpha jock male. They were very much guys like me, who were more sensitive, who were more open to their feelings, who were just more open in general to differences and weird stuff. And those are the guys I became really close to. But overall, most of my friends, and even to this day, have always been and still are girls. And often people ask me, are you a player, chicken layer? And I'm like, no, I'm not. Honestly, I just find myself connecting better with women. And so I look at this whole incels thing. If you don't know, an incel is a involuntary celibate male that blames women for the situation. And men going their own way are men who've given up going after women because they're basically the reverse version of a feminist, where they're like so pro male that they're anti female. And I just have to say, you can't really blame anyone for your foibles except yourself, but there is a point where you do have to say, some of it is genetic, some of it is how you look, some of it is the things you can't control. You may have been born, slightly autistic. You may have been born with a deformity. You may have been born with, premature balding, if you will. You know what I mean? And the fact is that you can overcome many of those things. I'm not saying you can overcome all of them, but you can make up for them. And I've seen people who've done it. That's not this video where I kind of show you how to do it, but if you want that video, let me know down below. But the thing is that you can overcome your foibles. The fact is that a lot of people in that situation, the incels and the men going the wrong way, they've given up. They've tried again and again and don't realize that a lot of things they're doing aren't socially viable and aren't going to work no matter how hard they try, so they haven't tried other ways. And I'm not saying all of them haven't, I'm just saying many of them have probably given up because they feel like it's hopeless. And I felt that way before in the past. Now some people might say, well, you're genetically superior male. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm actually not. But I put myself out there in a way that is more attractive to the opposite sex. Again, me being comfortable around women more than I am males has made it easier for me to talk to women, which has also made it easier for me to get women because I don't come across as needy or desperate, or I think the term is rapey. I don't come across that way. I come across as someone who is comfortable, and it makes them comfortable. And if you can do that, then you will have an easier time. And again, I'm not here to help you with that particularly. I just want to talk about my experiences because, like, right now, I'm dating someone, and the person I'm dating gets very insecure with the way that I treat other women. Not because I'm like being sleazy and I'm hitting on them, but it's because I'm showing them attention that I think that she wants from me. And it took me a while to really understand that I can be as nice as I want to other women. I can be as nice as I want to other people. But if I'm not being as nice as I can to the person that I'm with, then I'm doing her and myself a disservice. Ultimately, you know, I look in the mirror and I see a guy that honestly would always say, I don't like other men. I don't get along with other men very easily. But then again, I talk to a lot of you guys on live streams every week, and I connect with you guys immediately. I'm like, whoa, you're just like me. The thing is, there's not enough people like me around in my daily life. When I go out, I don't meet a lot of guys who are just like super like open to being different. You know, I get guys who make fun of me for being myself, but they're still my friends. I get people who often will find a way to make light of the things that I think are very serious. I get people in my life, guys, who, you know, rather talk about sports and those more trivial things, or things I consider trivial. I'm not saying sports are completely trivial, because to some people, video games are trivial. But you know what I'm saying? Like people that share my interests, people that are like me, are a dime a dozen around me. So when I find a female, I'm like, you know what? I can talk to you about, you know, other stuff that I can't talk to with guys. Because I'd rather have a intimate, strong bonding moment with a guy where I'm like, yeah, man, let's talk about, you know, how we feel about, you know, women's rights. Let's talk about how we feel about, you know, society. And if you do that, a lot of times you get pegged as just a different person. You know, it's hard to have these deep conversations with people you meet that are happen to be of your same sex, at least in my experience. And I struggle with that to this day. And so I'm just wondering, am I the only one? Do other people literally have an issue with, you know, being able to connect and deal with people, you know, of their own sex that they're not attracted to? Or am I the only one that's weird that happens to just do a really good job of connecting with women on a friendship level? And does that threaten people in your life? Because I know, like I said before, it threatens the girl that I'm dating. And I hate it. And I've been working and I'm taking steps to do it. But at the same time, it's inbred within me to still make those connections and still be fun and be happy and jovial, especially when I'm around other women. And I know that sounds weird, but it is what it is, and that's who I am. I've been accused of being gay before for that reason, and I'm like, yo, nope. If I am, that's cool, but nope. But I'm just curious what you guys have to say about that. Please join me tonight on twitch.tv/blackmanpodcast, or Anime Debate, the YouTube channel, link in the description down below. I'll be going live fairly soon. I'll be playing a video game by the name of Pub Encounter. It's a dating sim, go figure. And I'm just really curious what you guys think about this overall topic. And ultimately, what do you think about the incels too? Because I've been thinking a lot about them recently, and I'm wondering, is there a way to help an incel break free from that you know, self-conscious part of their being, and the part that's giving up, the part that's like, you know what, I don't need women anymore, I'm just gonna do this, I'm gonna do my own thing, and maybe that makes you happy. But I think that giving up on other people is a problem in itself, and if you are able to overcome that, then I think your life will be more full, and you'll understand more of the inner workings of this universe. But maybe that's just me talking out of my butt. See you guys tonight. If you like this video, check out my other ones. My name's Chris, and I ever use teleport.